Hello?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. Are you still down to do the Apprentice show with me?
Yeah, when is it?
I was thinking January 2nd through the 10th, but I don't know when the Chili's thing was supposed to start or if that's free for you.
Well, I was gonna go to Chile in January, but if you do this Apprentice show, the second, I can go, I can do the show with you for a couple days.
Okay, I mean that works. Cause like, were you thinking of doing it early January or?
I mean, I was probably gonna go on like the 5th, but, I can go on like the 10th or something.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Just cause like we're coming up on like Christmas and people probably don't want to travel for that.
You'd be surprised.
All right, all right. So I will just write out the challenge stuff and then start looking for Airbnbs for, I guess, the contestants. Then
Nice. Do you have the contestants?
I don't. So we're just working on the application for it because I figured that's how we control for not letting crazies or people who can't even be entertaining in.
Yeah. I mean, crazies are part of the entertainment, you have like one or two of them.
Yeah, I mean we could throw in a few wild cards, but I figured that would be my easiest way of controlling for like the quality of the submissions.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Okay. I'll do some legwork on that. Then I'll let you know. I'll also shoot you at some point a list of the challenges, but feel free to just rip them apart.
I mean, do you have any challenges yet?
Only one of them is gonna be like they. I have a little document. But one of them was just gonna be like some kind of essentially like final list of items that they could purchase. The other one, let me see. Document here somewhere. But yeah. So are you thinking of doing the Bigfoot thing right after the or the UFO thing right after the film festival?
I was thinking about it. Yeah, I think Aaron said he wants to go on Sunday.
Yeah, I saw his title the other day. His stream title seemed to imply that.
So I think we'll do that for a couple days and then come back.
Okay, I mean that works. Yeah, we're just driving, right?
Yeah, I mean it's only an 8-hour drive. It's not too bad. I mean, I guess if you come, it's gonna be a 10-hour drive for you from Houston.
I mean that's fine. I'll probably be in Austin already though. Actually, just for the film festival thing.
Oh yeah. I was gonna rent a car. I think we should all go in the same car, just for more content.
I mean that's fine. Are you? How many people are you think are gonna be in the car?
Um, 4.
Four. Okay. I mean I'm bringing the G wagon. That can technically fit four, but if you want to do like a bigger SUV, that's fine too.
I mean, we can take the Kick Mobile if you're down with that. It's up to you. I mean, it's your car, so.
No, I'm okay with it. I think it'd be. I think that's a better car than like the Rolls.
I would have rented I don't know, it's just like a Sprinter van or something.
I mean that works too. If it's more space for everyone technically.
Yeah, I mean, up to you. If you want to take the G wagon, like you can all just go in the G wagon, or I can get a Sprinter. It's doesn't matter.
I mean I'll drive up the G wagon and we'll just decide I guess last minute. Like it also kind of depends on like, is everyone just bringing one bag or whatever?
I'd assume, yeah, just like one small bag.
All right, because like the only downside is like it seats, I mean it seats pretty easily everyone. It just kind of depends on how much stuff y'all want to put in the back.
Yeah, I mean, probably if one small suitcase. I mean, you like taking like 50 blazers, so I'm sure you'll bring like a giant suitcase. But I don't know if it's gonna fit everyone's luggage in that case, but we'll see. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean the upshot is that I have the Starlink mounted to the G wagon now, but okay. Yeah, so I mean like one of the challenges for the thing was just
Well,
oh
I have a Starlink we're gonna probably need more than one Starlink if we.
So I have a car one and then a backpack one because I copied that AC7 Nate setup thing.
Yeah, I'll probably just put my Starlink in your windshield, like inside the car.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
If we do a Sprinter, then we can just, I don't know, we'll just put like 4 Starlinks on the top.
Because a Sprinter seats a lot of people, right? In theory.
Yeah, I mean it seats like 10 people, but it would just be to fit the luggages and everything, and so we're like, have space or whatever. But I've never rented a Sprinter to go like long distance. I don't even know if that's possible.
Gotcha. I mean,
I'm sure it is, but I've just never done it.
I mean, I'm down to do either. So just if Sprinter works, we'll do that. If there's like a issue with that, then we can just take the G-Wagon. I guess Aaron's taking the we're all just riding the same car. Like Aaron's not gonna take the RV or anything.
Yeah, he's not taking the RV.
Gotcha. Okay, I mean that's fine then. I think I can do light if I had to. But yeah, on my end, like other than just the finding a bunch of items challenge, there was one just like an office style presentation, like PowerPoint to pitch like a streaming idea or show. That's one of them, and then the other one was just the dumb cardboard boat challenge. They make a boat that they have to float across like a thing of water.
I mean that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean if they're resourceful enough to do that, then I'm sure they can be your personal assistant just fine.
But yeah.
You gotta get like a wide variety of people to do this. You gotta get like a crazy person. You gotta get like a really smart person. You gotta get like a fat person. You gotta get like a narcissistic person. Like just get like a wide variety if you want like the best content.
Gotcha. I mean, when you did a show with like limited contestant spots, did you? I'm sure you did like an application or something, or how'd you pick them?
I just pick people that I know that fit certain personality traits. I'll get like 6 different types of personalities that will like not mesh together.
Gotcha. And then what? Like just have someone streaming, or I guess if some of them are streamers, they'll stream in the Airbnb on their own. Otherwise, I could just place like a camera guy in there with my streamer. How would you do that element of it?
Yeah, you should hire a camera guy and then film the contestants when they're in the Airbnb.
Okay, that's easy.
For a certain amount of time, and then they can stream the outside the times.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, you should have them make video auditions and submit it, and then you can watch the auditions on stream.
Oh yeah, that's good because that's one of the things that we already have in the works. Is either that or I do a phone interview with them on Discord or something. But yeah.
No, you got to see what they look like, dude. That's half the fun. Because half of them are gonna be like fucking weirdos, I assume.
Yeah. I mean, probably. Okay, so that's easy. I'll just make a mandatory. I'm working on the form right now. It's like a mandatory file upload then. Okay, cool.
And then whoever wins, you're actually gonna give them a job.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna offer them the job, which will be right at 100K, but like give them the option to just have me reimburse them for all their costs, and then just give them 10 grand if they don't want the job. Like, because I want to get rid of. I'm looking for the right number there, because if obviously they don't actually want to be a PA, then it would be better for me if I just like kind of wrote off 10 grand and gave it to them, and then like they didn't do it.
Yeah, because you might get a lot of streamers, and I don't know if they'll want to be like a PA for a long period of time.
Yeah, basically I'm giving them a buyout option so that the people who don't actually want the job kind of eliminate themselves at the very end. But I mean, like, I'm okay with it just being for content, and then just hiring the original way. This is just like my hope of straddling, finding someone while turning it into content, since they seem to like watching me fire people.
What if you made an LLC, and then if they win, you give them a higher percentage than yourself of the LLC, and then you just tell them that they now own parts of your company, but it's the shell company, and now they are stuck paying taxes on it.
I mean, I could do that, I guess. I've done LLCs for contractors in the past just to help them with their own situation, but All right. I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see what kind of person I get because I figured like if I find someone really good, like even if they don't win the show, I can offer them a job on the side.
Yeah, I mean, have you spoken to Jacob at all?
So I have a call with Jacob tomorrow at noon. The weird part about that is like I've heard radio silence on the Aiden stuff, and then
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, dude.
yeah, and then the thing is Jacob says he's heard radio silence as well, and then Asman also has been saying he's heard nothing. So we're all just kind of floating. But I mean, Aiden the other day he said Train was talking to him, so who knows what they're cooking in the background.
Dude, if you guys haven't even started on it yet, it's not happening in January. It's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, I figured because like that timeline was insane. But yeah, I was gonna see what Jacob's rates were, and then he could maybe help out with this show or some subsequent thing. Because I have like a Kate thing that's funded that I just need to actually get done as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll help make this show really good. So definitely get him.
Okay.
But you're basically hiring a real PA to help you with your fake PA. Apprentice thing.
It's kind of ass backwards, but even just in like talking about the show, I've had people who are actually pretty good resumes actually applying on the side. So that's, I mean, look, it's working either way, right?
Yeah, I mean that's true. Yeah, I really wanted a Kick award show. That's unfortunate.
I mean, we could still do it if Aiden drops the thing.
What thing?
I mean, if he just doesn't end up, doing it. You think he will?
I think the only way it happens is if somebody else does all the work for him, pays for everything, does all the work, and then he just shows up. And then maybe you get paid back or something. I don't know.
Gotcha. I mean, I like the cringe award ideas, but like I was thinking of just doing a streaming Razzies. Like at least
that was the idea, right?
Well, I think he's going to do a real award show to compete with Cutie, which that could always be the option for like after the first year. I feel like the first year you just go the opposite direction, make it funny, make it good. Yeah.
Real award shows are fucking stupid. It's streaming. Everybody has no talent. Like there's no award show that it makes any sense.
That's what I think. But 6 months ago, yeah.
What streamers are getting awards, dude? Most of them do no content. Like, there's like a handful of streamers that make content. Everybody else has no talent, no content. Like, what are they giving out awards for?
No, I agree. I think the Razzies makes more sense. It's funnier to say, like, biggest fall off, biggest crash out. Like, those are funny, moments. And then, like, no one's going to call you unfair because, like, people kind of don't want to win the award.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I was watching the Streamer Awards yesterday, and man, I'm pretty sure I think it only exists as a way for Cutie to maintain clout. It's literally
no, it is. So Kate was like close to her during the very very first one, and I remember thinking, holy shit, she's cracked the formula. Like this is how you with minimum like one event of work, just create this like franchise that happens every year where you're the kingmaker. And in many ways, like you can create an award for Pokimane if you want to get close to Pokimane, etc. Like I remember thinking, this is so genius. She just has to maintain at least a veneer of it being fair, right? And then like year 2 and 3, she just kind of like shattered that illusion. Because the first year was pretty fair, but then you could tell like if she had a falling out with someone, their category disappeared. Like it was crazy shit.
Who won IRL Streamer of the Year?
I don't remember for the first one.
I think it was Chloe IRL. Don't even know.
Oh, this year, yeah.
Who even is that? Like, oh yeah, she beat out iShow Speed. Yeah, okay. Like, who even is that?
Yeah, no, like that. It stopped being realistic, and it just became like this thing where she would. I mean, that first one, she poured her life savings into, like all the money that she had made being a streamer, and then she didn't get a sponsor until like a couple of weeks out, which was Fansly. And then Fansly ended up paying for like most of it. So then she kind of, it spared the amount of money that she saved. And then year 2 though, I heard it was like going to do over $1 million in sponsorship revenue. because we shared a production company and an agent with that award show for a number of years. But she's just dramatic, man. Like she,
I just
yeah.
wish somebody else would make the award show because I personally don't like Cutie, so I think she's kind of a mean person.
No, she is. It's like a queen bee thing. Like, I mean, she's playing the mean girl's role to a T. Is kind of the thing it is, right? Like, and like that entire clique, it kind of just works for them because they're like super PC Disney Channel.
I mean, are they super PC? I mean, I don't know. I was watching clips, man. She said she was telling people some crazy shit.
I mean, that's about as PC as LA influencers get, I guess. Like that's the I mean, like next to like maybe what was it, the Pokimane former org, not one OTK, OTV.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but like, yeah, it's a mixed bag. But no, she definitely queen bees that shit really hard. Like, she got mad at us because we used the same production people, as I said, and like at one point she wanted us to drop them so that they could focus solely on her show, and like, yeah, like basically she's like, it's not even her company, right? It's like someone else owns that company, and like they make money based on doing shows for streamers, and so her going behind the scenes, and then when that didn't happen, when we didn't drop them, she eliminated the ASMR category in year 2. Yeah.
Damn. I mean, yeah, that's something she would do. Makes sense.
Yeah. But that is an incredible franchise if you can at least, I mean, it's easy. If you just actually make it community vote with like someone verifying, you could have a show that goes forever. You wouldn't have control, but I mean, you would have this great thing where you could, you could still put all your friends on the red carpet, give them interview spots or whatever. It's still a lot of whatever. It's just not like playing Kingmaker.
Well, I mean, if Aiden Ross doesn't do it, I would love to do it, but I don't think I have the reach to do it. I don't think, like if Aiden does it, it would be taken more seriously. If I do it, it's not taken seriously, I think.
Gotcha. I mean, do you have other big allies in the streaming space?
I do not.
Gotcha. I mean, that's why I think it's easier to do I was gonna have Kate do the opposite, the cringe awards essentially, like, which kind of is like overlapping into what that
Why doesn't Kate just do it? I mean, I feel like people would take her seriously.
You mean an actual award show or the Razzies equivalent?
Yeah, like the Razzies.
No, we had that. Like before we started fighting and before the break-in happened, that was already planned, and we already had people, and it's a verbal commit, so there's no contract signed, but we already had sponsors lined up for $600,000+ of cost. Like, it was already like in the works. It just blew apart because the home invasion made her not want to do anything for a while, and then we started fighting a bunch, and then her agency got involved in her trying to file for a divorce, and so like everything just imploded.
Damn. Well, I mean, it's never too late to start again, right?
No, it's true. We'd have to just bark up all the same trees again, but yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if you talk to KICK, they'll fund it. I mean, I know KICK wants to be like, they want to make an award show. That's because it's a great yearly thing to bring people to KICK.
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's lower commitment to do a opposite show. It's just funny and yeah.
What do you think? If I wanted to do an award show, a streamer award show, right? Like the Razzies, like you said.
You could do that. I think you have the reach.
But do you think? Yeah, okay. I have like, it's not necessarily about the reach. It's more about the being taken seriously, right? Like, well, like people take Cutie seriously for some reason because she's been doing it for years. If I made an award show, I don't think it would be taken seriously.
I mean, but if you're doing the Razzies, then that's the whole point. Is it's like a big old like joke, right? Like in terms of it's like a funny piece of content that like, I mean, look, you might be serious about how that is actually the worst fall off or whatever, or that is the worst like streamer event, but like people are gonna understand that you're poking fun at whatever. I think it's fine. I think it's actually kind of on brand for you.
Yeah, but the real Razzies, they were taken seriously. Like it was like a funny, like people, like it was a satire, but it was still taken seriously.
I think you could do that though. I think that would be something you could do, even from the launching pad of like, you know, Kick or whatever.
I'm just thinking if I did an award show, I think a lot of streamers, they would just be like, what the fuck does he know? You know, like sure, I'm a pioneer of streaming, but I haven't been in the Twitch scene for 10 years, you know? So I'm a bit far disconnected from the Twitch scene.
I mean, I think it would be fine because the OG status part of it is going to carry here. And then it's just about funding it and making it look good, right?
Yeah, I just think if I had somebody, if I had another big streamer that would agree to do it with me, that is the successful timeline, I'd say. Like me working with another big streamer would be the recipe for success. If I just do it by myself, you can't have an award show with no other streamers.
No, of course.
I'm doing a fucking solo award show. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I need other streamers to be there and present for it to be taken seriously.
I mean, we could try and hit up XQC or Asmon, and then Kate would be down, but that's just like another, you know, like lower build name to add.
Yeah, I mean, if XQC or Asmon would be willing to just show up at the award show, I think that's good enough. I just need other streamers to show up, and then it can be taken seriously.
I think Asmon's showing up is hard. He doesn't go anywhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm banned on Twitch, right? So Twitch streamers aren't going to come. So it's like limited options. If it's just me and a bunch of Andys and Burger Planet, like it's not going to get taken seriously, dude.
But like, so obviously you're banned on Twitch, but like, what's the understanding there that like, because like that's gonna hurt the ability for people on Twitch to watch it. But if it's funny enough, I don't know, maybe someone will, maybe an Aiden or someone will, yeah.
People can watch it on Twitch and not get banned. I'm just so disconnected from the Twitch scene that they just won't.
Gotcha. I think XQC would be way better, especially since like he seems to be like, I think I saw a clip of him musing about the IRL thing, and I think he brought up your name, right? So I think he would potentially be down if it was like a fun, interesting project.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I could, if Aiden doesn't do it, I'll consider it. I'm sure Kick would give me, I'm sure they'd give me the funding for it, but I think Kick would have to back it. If I can't get other big streamers to show up, Kick themselves would have to tweet it out, and like they would have to back it. Otherwise, it's just me.
No, yeah,
If Kick backs it and tweets it out and like advertises it with me, then I think it could be taken seriously as well.
I mean, you can still invite people to go to it, right? Like, well, I mean, I'm assuming you don't want to make it super commercial at QD. Because in year one, everyone was invited. There was no dinner. And, like, if you were nominated, you were invited. And then a bunch of people who she thought were just big enough that they would help her event, they also got invited.
Who am I inviting? Who invite fucking, what, Tyson at? Like, oh, yeah, he's not showing up. Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, you could just get, I don't, like, are you friendly? I guess, are you friendly with other Kick streamers? Or other Twitch streamers? Like, it's hard, right? Because you can't,
I haven't talked to Twitch streamers in years.
I mean, maybe, like, throw Destiny in the ring.
Yes. But then it's just going to be labeled as, like, the band show or something. I don't want that.
I feel like I'll have to see who would be amenable to that. X is obviously the best option. You and Mizkif reunite for that.
I mean, to be honest, as much as I dislike him, if me and him were like we were both hosting at the same time, that would get people to watch because he's not disconnected from Twitch.
Yeah.
So if we were like duo hosting, that could be good. That'd be interesting enough for people to watch. But I don't think he would do that because I would just make jokes the whole time.
I mean, he's kind of, I don't know what his current status is, but he's kind of like, he's not down and out, but he's definitely like on the outs, right?
Yeah, but it would be just like perfect controversial figures to do a Razzies, host a Razzies type of show. And he still has like people on Twitch, he's very relevant on Twitch, so.
Yeah, yeah. And then we could throw in Indie Fox and Amaranth. There you go. It's a set of frenemies.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, Indie Fox, haven't heard of her in years.
Yeah, she just does a OF agency, low key now. Yeah. Okay, I mean, like maybe, what? What about a cute bot or someone? Just throw a bunch of people who've.
I mean, once again, Cubot doesn't have. She's not like a big enough streamer for people to take it seriously.
I feel like we have to play Moneyball here, right? We don't get the A billings, but we can get like people who are like little tent poles in their respective communities.
Yeah, I guess if there was $1 million worth of funding, I guess it could be taken seriously no matter what. I suppose it just needs to be presented as like in a way where it's like, okay, a lot of money went into this.
I mean, I think you might have an appetite for it just because of how the other award show went. Like, that's why I think Aiden would have such a great shot doing a regular show competing against her now.
Yeah, dude, Aiden could take it over, bro.
Yeah.
It's not hard to take over Cutie's streamer award as the official streamer award because she is like, their shit is just so basic and they're not funny. Like they're trying to like roast everybody. That's like how award shows go, but they're just not funny. If you just get some funny people to actually host, it would take over immediately.
I think actually funny people would be good. It's just like they were also just like, I feel like they're old hat, right? Like the new younger kids, they don't like that kind of roasting. Like unless you're like part of their in group, like their friends can roast them that way, but like random hosts that you hired, like Fan can't just roast Reikai or whatever without like actually having interacted with him.
I think you can roast them without interacting with them. You just have to do it in a certain way. You can't attack certain things. Like, I don't know. You just have to do it a certain way. I think it's possible. They're just not funny. That's the problem. If they were funny, it wouldn't be a problem.
Oh yeah, then the jokes bombed, and then like like the comparisons were Diddy and whatever.
Yeah, it's not, like, you don't want to compare, the top black streamer to P Diddy. Like that is, like clearly that's not gonna go the right way.
Yeah.
So just what I'm saying. Like if they were just actually funny, then it would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think there might be something there. You might want to just ask Kick to see what the appetite is, and then assuming
if I was a host of an award show, if I had to make a joke on Contestant, even though I've never interacted with him, the kind of joke I would make would be I'd make like a short joke, like, oh, this guy's, are you tall enough to, like, I don't know, like height joke because it's superficial, and I don't think he would actually get offended by that. But calling him P Diddy, I mean, that goes deeper than just superficial,
Yeah. You're not poking fun at something that is like very obvious. You're making a comparison with someone who's not, very. I mean, literally, who's a villain currently.
Yeah.
And then what is it? Just because the haircut, or what was it? It can't be because they're both black, right?
Because he's black.
Good lord. Holy shit.
Like literally, it's the only reason, I'm pretty sure.
That's wild. I think the Razzies part of it could go. It's just funny. People would tune into it. And then the question would be like, I'm assuming you don't want to go commercial, so you just like would invite people and then have like whoever's helping with the show, and then that would be that, and it would just mostly broadcast. Because Cuties moved on to selling tickets and filling out theaters and stuff. Like, even streamers who aren't nominated had to buy a ticket.
Yeah, how much are the tickets? $2,000 each?
I think if it's like with the dinner and the whole bullshit like the red carpet and the whole thing. Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. Like, bro, two grand to go to a fucking live streamer award show? Like, that's cringe.
And I think the audience tickets started like 150 or something like that. Like where you just sit in the grand, like the grand seating or whatever, and then you're just like in a theater. Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad then. But yeah, I mean, you kind of have to go commercial to get it to be taken seriously, right?
I mean, the first year she just did it with a sponsor last minute, which you probably have like Kick as an anchor, and then like you could just shop around additional. I think it would be easy to find. I mean, at least 6 months ago, it was pretty easy to find people to sponsor it.
Yeah, I mean, no one's gonna sponsor my fucking award show, dude. Like, what are we talking? What, AT&T's gonna sponsor me? Yeah, okay.
I mean, we didn't court AT&T. We courted just a bunch of like, I don't want to name anything, but like alcohol brand upstart that does beer, right? That type of shit.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be something like that. It wouldn't be any like big company or anything. But I mean, we wouldn't even need that. I mean, if Kick would just pay for the whole thing, pretty sure.
I mean, then it would just be a chance for you to invite people and kind of like, you know.
I think it would be fun to get like Sam Hyde to come. He can do some hosting as well. I don't know, just people like that. We bring in actually funny people to make a legit award show.
Yeah, and then just throw Jack Doherty in there for the.
Yeah, but see, Jack, he's not. No one's gonna take Jack Doherty seriously.
I mean, you could just he could be an easy roast target.
I mean, yeah, true.
Just sit him front right under the stage.
Put him in a fucking like what are those things, like a high chair for kids?
Yeah. No, I think it'd be funny, and then like I mean, you wouldn't limit it to Kick only, but it'd probably end up being mostly Kick or Kick adjacent, just because.
No, it would have to be Twitch as well. That's how people would take it seriously. Like to take over the streamer award show, you would have to involve Twitch and Kick. You can't just involve Kick. I mean, who are we giving awards to on Kick? There's like 5 Kick streamers that make content.
Oh no, I mean you would definitely like be nominating and showing moments that are big Twitch fails. I just don't know if yeah, like you're right on the turnout thing. Like if you get like a Mizkif or some anchor, then you would kind of get the ball rolling, huh?
Yeah, well, we'll see. If you don't hear anything back from Aiden by the end of the month, then me, you, Jacob, we can talk about something and maybe figure out how we can make it work. And Kick will be involved there.
Yeah, no, that'll be fun. And then I'll shoot you some more details about the Apprentice thing, but let's just pretend like it's 2nd through 10th. I'm like having an assistant call a bunch of Airbnbs, because like when you do stuff like that, do you just tell them you're gonna stream in it or what?
Oh no, I don't tell the Airbnbs they're gonna stream in it. It's that's how you get banned on Airbnb.
But like if you just throw them in there, then what about callers and shit?
Yeah, so what I do is find an Airbnb, reach out to the Airbnb owner, get their phone number, talk to them off the platform, and then just give them money for their house off Airbnb.
Oh, that's nice.
Because
Okay.
then you don't have to follow the Airbnb TOS, and the TOS literally says no social media content to be like allowed or whatever.
Oh shit. We used to just have to bribe them. Your way's better.
Well, it's the same thing, but you won't risk getting your account banned.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. All right, yeah. It was basically let's lock in those days, and then like it'll just kind of depend on what I can grab for Airbnb, and then I'm hoping to get the application up tomorrow so I can start like reviewing submissions.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, just let me know.
Cool. So the Glinks thing, what was it? That's like what, probably 13th evening, right?
Yeah, 13 night.
Are you gonna stream there, or are you just gonna go?
Hey, I'm gonna stream it.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll probably head up on Saturday then and just hang out with you or whoever else until the thing.
All right, yeah, sounds good.
Okay, cool. I'll see you later.
All right, later.
Bye. All right. Did calling Paul make me feel better? No, I'm happy that he's still wanting to be involved in this because it would be useful and helpful to get his like weigh in on the candidates. I don't call people on their bullshit fast enough. I'm working on it, but you know. Wait, what do you mean Action Man's award show? Is he doing an award show? Dude, I'm sick right now. I'm not even at peak energy level. Ice will be more involved if I let him torture someone. I mean, he could verbally torture whoever he wants, right? Part of it is just being able to withstand a barrage of verbal berating. Wait, what is the AC7 award show? Where did that come from? I really think the Razzies would work. Now, granted, when I shopped this deal in like February, it was for something like a June release. Okay? This was before Kate had made her quote-unquote anti-trans comments. Because it's twofold. One is that we got it fully verbally committed for sponsorship. Over $600K of budget. All right? And then Kate made those comments. And then basically all of the influencers, except for like one or two, were like kind of out. And then when the break-in happened, and then me and her started fighting on stream all the time, then the sponsors were out. Honestly, I don't even disagree with what she said. I think it was kind of twisted out of proportion. What she basically said was, I mean, it was kind of tongue-in-cheek, but what she said was basically like, so there's all these like town hall, there was these like activists in a town hall meeting, and they were trans, and they were dressed like ridiculously, like that's not the point though. The point was they went in there hot, and they were like, we don't feel safe in this community. If we don't feel safe, we're going to make all of y'all feel unsafe. That type of rhetoric. And it's just like, well, that's pretty crazy, you know? Like it's one thing to be saying that at like a rally where it's just like trans activists. But you have to think about it. Like when you say it in a town hall, dude, like who goes to a town hall? City councilmen and fucking other people in the community. Who the fuck are you threatening? You know, who the fuck are you threatening? That'd be like going to your neighbor and saying, I don't feel safe. Now I'm going to make you feel unsafe. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what's your neighbor supposed to do for that? You know? And so, basically, she said, you know, like the bit about, you know, like these people shouldn't be, you know, doing that. Like it's terrible. And then she made a pithy comment, and there's a reason for it. There's like a behind the scenes reason. It's nothing to do with that. But she goes like, where do these people even live? Like California? Isn't there a wildfire going on? You know what? On second thought, they can stay in California, is what she said. And so then people go like, oh my God, she's saying they should die in the California wildfires. It was an insinuation, right? But like, then the left, you know, side went into overdrive. And they were just like, dude, I saw this thing going. I was like, oh shit, here we go again. Day one was like, oh my God, she's anti-trans. Which that isn't even necessarily true. She has no opinion on it. Now, she has an opinion on someone threatening people in a town hall meeting. But I feel like most people would, right? If your neighbor came up to you and threatened you, you'd probably be like, I don't give a fuck that you're trans, dude. You're threatening me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about their orientation or their identity or anything like that. It's just about the fact that they threatened you, right? Because like if a trans person goes and threatens you, and then you'd say, hey, fuck off, motherfucker, right? my pigeon got nervous when I said fuck off. You said fuck off, motherfucker. They would be like, oh my God, you're only telling me to fuck off because I'm trans. It's like, no, dude. I'm telling you to fuck off because you're threatening me. It has nothing to do with what you are. But so the first day narrative on Twitter was, oh my God, she's picking on trans people. She hates trans people. And then the influencers got a hold of it. Her friends, right? People who are formerly her friends. And they flipped real fast. It only took 24 hours. And then they started going with a crazier narrative. They go, she is anti-LGBTQ, the whole thing. She hates gay people too. And you know what? The sad part is no one questioned that at all. And by day 2, it was just her being harassed for not being supportive of gay people. Right? And it only got wider from there. Day 3 was like people, dude, it was so crazy. It was like people who were like journalists and like some random dude who I had never fucking heard of before, who was like some kind of like left-leaning, publication journalist. And he was just like, Amaranth, after all the support the trans community and the gay community put behind you during your abuse scandal, how can you side with the others? And I remember thinking, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are you talking about? Like, who the fuck sits there and says, okay, there's like 15 trans people supporting me for this issue? Bro, ain't no one gonna know that they're trans or not. You know? And then you really saw the shittiness of the left come out, because then in that night, the night of the third night after she made those comments, that's when we got robbed. And that's when I shot that motherfucker. And you know what happened when that news came out the next day, the 4th day? 99% of the left people were like, bullshit. They had no facts. They were just like, bullshit. And then the 1% that didn't think it was bullshit thought it was staged. Or didn't care, had no sympathy. It's like, dude, what are we even saying? Let's just say the most heinous part of that was true, that she hates trans people. Let's just pretend that's true, okay? I don't know, man. I don't think it's a, it's something that you can make a categorical imperative to say that, like, oh, if you hate trans people, then you should be robbed and pistol whipped at gunpoint. And that's how you know it's like shittiness, right? Like, they either didn't believe it because it doesn't fit their narrative, okay? Or they said, well, she deserves it. She's a terrible person. It's like, dude, what the fuck are we saying? If you make a terrible commentary online, you should get robbed? That's crazy, right? That's crazy. It's just not a convenient narrative for them. And then me, as the alleged abuser, rescuing her, that doesn't fit the narrative. Like, none of it fit the narrative. And so they just ignored it. They pretend like it never happened. Isn't that crazy? To the point where, like, a month after that, like, you have, like, fucking a bunch of girls trying to fight her in a boxing match because of her comments. Bro, like, that's what I'm saying. They're insane. Like, I don't need their sympathy, but, like, come on. That's fucking wild. To be like, we don't believe you, or you deserve it. That's just wild. I could easily transform. Am I off meds? Well, I'm not taking anything because I'm sick, right? I'm just kind of like gritting my teeth through it. So I think we have a good thing. I think Paul gave us some good ideas. I just need to do the legwork. It looks like we are confirmed. Guys, if you are interested in the show, January 2nd through the 10th.